There is no denying the fact that when it comes to dealing with DoorDash's stats, it's overwhelming and confusing. But don't worry, because in today's video, I'm going to cover all of these stats with you so we can break them down so you understand exactly what they mean. So there is 4 different ones that we're going to click on today because the last 2, deliveries in the last 30 days and lifetime deliveries, are not clickable. But we're going to start off with acceptance rates, then we're going to go into completion rate, on time or early, and then customer rating. So let's go back to the top and begin with acceptance rates. So first I have to say this, does acceptance rates matter? Well, that depends on you. With DoorDash, they have different achievements. So if you want a higher achievement, you need a higher acceptance rate. But you will never be deactivated for a very low acceptance rate. You see that 6% at the top? Well, that one is mine, because these are all screenshots directly from my phone. And I have had a 0% acceptance rate before. You can accept or not accept any order you want. It's separate from cancellation rate, which we'll get to after. But when it comes to I'm either going to accept or not accept, you can do whatever you want. So let's read what DoorDash has to say about acceptance rates, and then I'll give you a breakdown example of what they mean. Acceptance rate is the percentage of offers you accepted out of the last 100 opportunities. An example of that is, well, my acceptance rate. Out of 100 deliveries, I accepted only 6. So 6 out of 100, which ends up being 6%. So if you accepted 14 orders out of 100, you would have 14%. That is what they mean based out of every 100 orders. Let's carry onward and I'll show another example. This is calculated based on your acceptance and declines on the last 100 orders, which means that any offer after the 100 will replace the oldest offer. So let me tell you what they mean by that. If I did a total of 104 orders, the very first 4 would be my oldest orders, and that would be eliminated from my stats, and only the next 100 would remain. So anything over 100, you go back to the beginning and you eliminate that first order and count from there onwards. Tips to increase your ratings. Raise your app ringer volume so you can be alerted for incoming orders. I think that's a fair statement. Pause your dash if you need to take a break from incoming orders. But this last one is more important. Ensure timely responses to delivery offers, as letting the offers time out also count towards your ratings. So let me explain what they mean by that. If you let too many orders pass because you aren't paying attention to your phone, you will make your acceptance rate go down. It counts the same way as if you were to decline an order. And if we decline orders out of 100, our acceptance rates go down. So just pay attention to the phone, and then this way, you're not ignoring as many orders, so your acceptance rate stays higher if that's your goal with DoorDash. Now let's go ahead and click on completion rates because, well, this one is very important for you to complete, no pun intended. Now my completion rate is at 98%, which is classified as good. And the higher the completion rate, the better. Because a low completion rate can get you deactivated, and the percentage of what's a bad completion rate and can get you deactivated varies from location to location. So I don't have a definite answer for you. So for DoorDash, completion rate is the percentage of successfully delivered orders out of your 100 most recent acceptances. So let me give you a breakdown of that one as well. Out of 100 orders, I canceled 2 out of 100 orders before I got the food. So because of that, my cancellation rate is at 98% because I only canceled 2, which is 2% canceled. I'll mention why before you got the food is important in just a moment. This is calculated based on your completed deliveries out of the last 100 orders, which means that any order after the 100th will replace the oldest order. A completion rate below 90% could put you at the risk of deactivation. So this goes back to the exact same thing as completion rate. But you want to make sure that you don't have the food in your possession, because that would be classified as fraud. So tips to increase your rating: once you accept an order, commit to completing the delivery and only unassign in case of emergencies. Consider the route when choosing which order to accept, and reach out to support if you run into issues picking up the order at the restaurant. I do agree with all of these. This does help with your completion rate. So now let's click on time or early, and here's the best part. This is not too much of a main stat that you have to worry about, with one exception. So I am on time or early 93% of the time. And on time or early is the percentage of orders you successfully deliver within the estimated delivery time associated in the app. Lateness caused by external factors may not count. Now, on time or early is a stat with DoorDash that you do want to keep track of if you have no bad intentions. And what I mean by bad intentions is if you're going to be dirty apping. So I have yet to see a driver get deactivated for lateness. However, dirty apping can cause this problem of being late, which can cause you to be deactivated since you're not supposed to be on two apps at once. When it comes to dirty apping, if you're late too many times because you've been doing two different orders from two different apps at once, you can get deactivated, and that's why on time or being on your customer's location early is important when it comes to DoorDash, because yeah, this can actually get you deactivated. I just haven't seen it for regularly being late every once in a while due to traffic or such. Now, DoorDash recommends for you to contact the customer if you're having troubles finding the drop-off point, minimize stops when actively on a delivery by pre-filling your tank or pausing your dash between orders instead, and take the most direct route suggested by the navigation app of choice, and this is how they'll catch you if you decide to dirty app, because, well, you're going in a zigzag direction. Don't do that. Lastly, let's go ahead and click on customer ratings. Now, this is probably the easiest page to follow because honestly, it's a 5-star system. At the top, it'll show your rating. Mine's 5-star, but I mean, not to glory about it, I don't have that many surveys, and it's out of your recent 100. Now, I have done just a little shy under 200 DoorDash deliveries because my main one with 1,700 is with Uber Eats. But on the bottom, if you had a survey excluded, it would show up there down at the bottom. Now for customer feedback, you can see just those pretty little thumbs up, thumbs downs with simple compliments. But also, if you decided to scroll down to the bottom of the page, this is where you can get a little bit more with your customer compliments. So if they wanted to add something, like actually type it up, they can, which I actually like a lot because that's not something that Uber features. So there you have it. You now understand the DoorDash stats just a little bit more, and I hope it helps you navigate amongst this app. And if you're a regular here, well then I'll catch you lovelies in the next video.